Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm here to show you how to reload your own pistol ammo today. Reloading your own ammo, it's pretty easy, but there's a lot of different steps involved, and it can be overwhelming at first if you're new to it. So I want to show you in a two-part video how to reload your own ammo, a complete guide for beginners from start to finish. Reloading your own ammo is it's fun, time consuming, but it can be fun. It definitely saves money, and also it keeps you out of the constraints of shortages in the market. That's when I started reloading. I'd go to the store, couldn't find what I was looking for, so I decided to invest in the equipment and start reloading my own, so I wasn't dependent on stores' supply. It's also fun when you go shooting. You know, after you're done, you pick up your brass, and at your spot you can clean up other brass that you find, add that to your collection, bring it home, reload it, you're ready to go shooting again the next day. Very little money is spent, and you keep building your collection, your ammo collection that way. For me, I started about 15 years ago. I've done over 50,000 rounds. Not an expert, but I've done enough to know what works, what doesn't, and I have a nice process that works pretty well for me. So let's go ahead and get started. This is part one of the video. It's going to be case preparation. So I'm going to show you what to do with the dirty cases that you got from going shooting. You pick these up, and we're going to start with these. So I have a small batch here. 15 rounds maybe. I'm going to go through every one of them. I'm going to walk you through the step from beginning to end and get these loaded up. So let's go ahead and start with case prep. By that I mean taking the dirty cases. We're going to start with depriming them. Sorry. We're going to start with depriming them. With that, you're going to need the press. Without this, you can't get anything done. You're going to need a die set. The die sets are specific to the caliber. This one we're doing today is 9mm. With pistol dies, you have 3 pieces, 3 separate dies, versus rifles, they typically have only 2. So there's an extra step with pistols, but it's not a big deal. So starting off, we have our depriming die, and with this Hornady lock and load system, it uses these lock and load bushings. You see the little bumps right here? So these actually thread on to the die. This is what you set the die up in, and then the bushing drops right in, twist it, it's locked, you're ready to go. I prefer this system because you buy your set of dies, you get a set of bushings for the die, each die gets set to the bushing. You want to change and do different calibers, all you do is spin that out, drop them in, and we move on to the next step, and we don't have to set it up every time. I feel this is much easier. It works great, doesn't really cost much more. Die set from Hornady is about a little bit cheaper than regular other brands, and these bushings make up for it. They're about the same. Looking about 13 bucks for a set of these. Die sets are about $13 cheaper, so you end up spending about the same. So let's go ahead and get started. So we got our depriming die in. We're going to have our shell holder next. This is also for 9mm. Shell holders are caliber specific. We pop it in right there. We take our case, put it in, make sure it's all the way into the shell holder. Get it in there. It's going to take a little bit of effort, but you don't want to force it. If something's not lined up right and you force it, you're going to jam it in there. You can get the case stuck in the die. It's going to take a long time to get that out, so we don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You should see the primer fall. There we go, right into the catch. Comes back out, primer's out. This one's now ready to be cleaned. We're going to go through, I'll go ahead and do some more. Pop them out, set them up. It's nice to stay organized so you don't lose track of what you're doing. We'll put them in that little cup there. Pretty simple. This process takes a little bit of muscle. Push down on that. You can do it standing, get a little bit more leverage. But other than that, you can see this step, pretty simple. You just want to make sure that that primer is coming during this first kind of step of inspection, make sure we don't have any split cases, any bulges, anything that's going to cause problems with the case feeding. It's just not worth it. Just chuck them out. Throw them away if you find anything wrong. As you can see, the first step, you can get some music going or something. It can get kind of boring past the time. But, or get your kids to do this. I've done that too. I tend to enjoy it for about 5 minutes, but then they move on. But it saves you some time. Got a few more here to go. I don't want to bore you with this, but I just want everyone to be able to see every step of the way. One more. Oops, I'm stuck. Can't see it fall, but it's in there. Alright, so we got those out. Those are deprimed. Ready to go. Oh, we got one more here. There we go. Get that one out. So, now that we got them deprimed and ready for the next step is going to be cleaning. For that, there's a couple main ways you can clean your brass. There's the media tumbler or a sonic cleaner. I have tried both. I prefer the sonic cleaner. It is a lot faster. Media tumbler takes hours, and I mean 4 to 6 hours, and then a lot of times, especially with 9mm, you have little smaller cases. You get a lot of that media gets stuck inside. You got to tap it out. That takes time. So I prefer a sonic cleaner setup. We're going to next show you how to go ahead and set that up. We'll drop these in and get these cleaned up. You wanna